welcome to Kindergarten 3. Today I'm going to be showing you the most efficient method of getting all the Monstermon plushies. We're going to be playing every single mission once, with the exception of one, which is actually, it has two endings, and each of those endings gives a Monstermon plushie, so you're not avoiding that anyway. But we're gonna try and do as minimum repeats as possible. So let's get into it. So first thing you want to do is you want to check the bed for monsters. And there you have your first one. And then you just want to jump right in. First we're gonna do all of the deaths here. So we want to boop Linda. That's actually the only death here. My controller won't work. Okay, there we go. We're booping Linda and then we're dead and get a Monstermon plushie. Next, you want to read the paper on the wall. That's the only death here, so there are more deaths. We'll get to them later. Now we want to talk to Miss Lovelet. I'm just gonna speed through this. If you want to read it, take your time. So now you want to talk to Cindy. Oh, not the conversation we want to do. Then Felix. And lastly, Nugget. Not necessarily in that order. You can do it in whatever order you want. Now, you did eat goo, and that is not good. So you want to go inside. And go over here. Ignore Miss Applegate. And let the nurse give you antidote. And then you're going to end up in the classroom. You're gonna give the sheet over. Alright, so we're gonna go find stuff. First thing you want to do is you want to go over here and talk to Davy, the guy with the crown. Then you want to move on over here, get the fish. And then first thing you want to do is talk to the bowl again to try and put him back for a Monstermon plushie. And then you want to get out, go into the bathroom first. And foremost, I'm gonna go to the toilet and try to flush. And we are going to grab the blob. And then we're gonna go back out to the playground. And you want to grab the blue, the red flowers, not the blue, the red. We're gonna go back to the playground later. There are 3 deaths that give you Monstermon plushies in the playground, but you shouldn't get them right now. You want to go back in, talk to Davy, and then you want to talk to Miss Lovelet. And then you can enjoy the play. So after the play, you'll be taken to the cafeteria where Nugget will be transforming again. You want to go straight to the library, talk to this guy. And then you want to go across the library and talk to this dark bookshelf here. Darker colored one. And then you want to talk to Miss Lovett. Then you want to grab this yellow book right next to the vent. And you want to go out. You want to go talk to both Cindy and Nugget in any order you want. Then you want to talk to Austin. Convince him to throw the burger. This is a very long conversation. And you just want to talk to Nugget to confirm that he is indeed. Now, you can't go out yet. You want to talk to Carla. He takes the library card. And now you can get out. First thing you want to do is talk to Felix. Another long conversation. Not as long. Then you want to go for the nurse. Okay, now first thing we're gonna do here is this is the moment where you can best get the deaths, because when you reset you don't have like a conversation to have with anyone. First thing you want to do is interact with the swings for the Monstermon plushie. These deaths can be done in any order. Now you want to stand in front of the lawnmower and interact with it. And the next thing you want to do is over here. You either bang on the tree or take the shovel. Either will work. I like to bang on the tree personally, but you can take the shovel if you prefer. Okay, so now we're gonna talk to Cindy. I'm gonna make sure she takes blue flowers. Then Nugget is having his presses again. And you talk to Felix. And Cindy is going to get sick. Right there. Oh. And then we're gonna go inside and get the moose. Next, you have to go back out to the playground. You cannot skip this part. It is annoying, I know, but you have to get back to the playground. And you want to go inside. And you want to turn the faucet. Now you have to be careful with what you say here because there is a missable monster plush here. You ask to be in the Wizard of Oz, you question that, and you ask for a magic trick, and you get a Monstermon plush. And then you just leave, talk to Miss Lovett, and that is the end of this round. I'm not going to show you the ending. See you in a bit. And there we have it. The reason I didn't show you the ending is because it was a spoiler, but you do get a plushie for the ending, so this is what your collection should look like if you've been following the guide from the start. If you have some more plushies, that means you've already gotten them elsewhere. And you want to have the playbook, just the playbook. So next thing you want to do is go right back in without anything. And you want to talk to Emmy. And then you want to talk to Cindy. Cindy's being a horrible monster. And then you want to talk to Carla. And then you want to talk to Austin. And you want to go through this window right here. Stevie's gonna take you to the nurse, but the nurse is gonna kick you out in a bit. And then we're gonna meet Carla in the bathroom. So she's gonna kick us out. And we are going to ignore Miss Applegate again. We'll interact with her here later. And go in the bathroom and help Carla. And then you're going to be in the classroom. And we're going to start by listening to Carla. Then you want to grab the green book. The following can be done in pretty much any order. I don't think there's a specific order needed for this section of the classroom. But we're gonna talk to Emmy. She's gonna tell us we can't have the watering can, and then we want to talk to either Cindy or Alice. Either will do. I'm just gonna rush through it. Cindy's gonna steal the watering can. And then you're gonna get that green blob on the house in a bit. And then you want to put the blob on the beans. And now you want to ask Miss Lovelet to put on a plate. So this cannot be done in any order, this ending. You have to have the beanstalk and the book prepared before you can, and of course you have to talk to Carla and find out what the watering can is before you can have Cindy absolutely clobber Alice. Now you want to climb the beanstalk and interact with the vent. And then we're gonna go to the cafeteria. She's gonna give us a library card, but we're not gonna use it. So we're gonna talk to Carla. She's gonna tell us what we're gonna do next. And then we're gonna go into the vent. And we're gonna go to the classroom. It's important you go to the classroom. Climb down. Oh, nope, I made a mistake. My bad. You wanna climb up. And you wanna grab this key right here. This key doesn't use any apples, so you can also wait, because you do have to reset. So you want to take a nugget, and then you want to climb down, and you want to give nugget. It gives you a Monstermon plushie. You want to unlock the door, and then you want to go in here, the lost and found, and open it for Monstermon. And then you want to restart the room till lunchtime. You want to talk to Carla again. And you want to open the vent behind this apple gate. And we went to the wrong room. We want to go to the classroom specifically. Once you leave the cafeteria, you cannot go back without messing up. Now, the Lost and Found does not use any apples, so you can climb up and get the key now, if you prefer. But I'm not gonna do that because I already got the plushie. So, we're gonna go straight for the nurse. We're gonna let her know that Mother broke his legs. You're gonna wait until she's gone. And then you wanna interact with this sign right here on the wall. And then you wanna open the air vent. You get study hall. Now, you can get an achievement if you tell Miss Applegate that you cannot read, but that's not for a Monstermon plushie, so I'm just gonna... You wanna try and cross the line. It's important to... Oh. Okay, and then you wanna talk to Carla about that. They're both gonna cross the line and go after Carla. And then you wanna open the vent. And you wanna go to the nurse's office. And then you go out into the hallway. First, you wanna go into Mr. Scipia's classroom. You wanna talk to this desk right here. It's important to be on the bottom of the desk because you cannot do that from the top of the desk. I think you can also do it from the sides, but I never tested that. Now you wanna talk to the boxes. You got a key. Now you wanna go back out. And you want to go into the classroom. We cannot go into the cafeteria because the door is locked. You want to go into the classroom specifically. You're going to see the site, and you're going to interact with the nurse for a Monstermon plushie. And then you're going to crawl up the beanstalk, pop into the vent, to the cafeteria, and then you want to go over here, unlock the door. You want to go in up here, open the vent. You're going to be here a lot, so we're going to go back to Carla. And that's it. You're going to get a Monstermon plushie from Carla outside. But I'll see you guys in the bedroom. Okay, so if you've done what I've told you and nothing else, you should have these plushies right now. These are all the plushies that have been available to you so far. Next, we're gonna go back out right away. We're not gonna grab anything, and we're gonna start by talking to the janitor. talk to Miss Lovelet next. And you want to go talk to the janitor again. And then you want to go, once you gain control back, you want to go straight inside. And you want to go to the nurse's office. You're going to see this quick interaction. And you're going to go into the nurse's office. And then you're gonna talk to the gator. Specifically say, I need that arm back, nothing else. She's gonna growl and then nothing's gonna happen. And you wanna talk to Davy right now. And you wanna talk to Davy again. You're gonna go back inside. We're gonna traumatize Stevie. We're gonna go into the classroom and grab the fish. You can get the Monstermon plushie from putting it back in the bowl or flushing it here too. But my guide is trying to get you the Monstermon plushie at the first available opportunity. So we're gonna go back out. We're gonna hand the fish over to the alligator. And then we're gonna go into the classroom. And he's gonna come out. I'm gonna go in here, and we're gonna interact with this trash can right here, and then talk to the bathroom stall. We're gonna go out. I'm gonna see the janitor right here, and we're gonna go into the nurse's office. And we're gonna go up here. Now, you can get a Monstermon plushie by standing here and consuming the next apple. You have to stand here specifically. But I prefer doing it a different way, so we're gonna hand over. I'm gonna show you a different, more obscure way, so you're gonna pop in here. Wait for this to end. And then you're gonna talk to the janitor. Oh, that's the wrong. Oops. I'll see you in a bit. Alright, and we're back. And that's what I get for actually rushing through it. So we're gonna talk to the janitor. And we're gonna say janitor mover number 71, specifically 71. And then you're gonna die. So I'm gonna get back to you when you're gonna do what you just did back to where you were standing with the janitor in the office. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright, and we're back. And now we're gonna talk to the janitor one more time. We're gonna say janitor maneuver number 17. That's number 17. You're gonna witness that cutscene. Now we're gonna go back out to the front of the school. and we're gonna grab a carrot. You can try and take a cabbage, but they're not ready yet. They're not fully grown yet. So the janitor is gonna come talk to us. And we're gonna talk to Austin. Next, we're gonna leave, because that's what's required to let us go. And you're gonna find the janitor right there at the end. You're gonna go into the playground, and you're gonna take a rock. Then you're gonna smash this window right here. And then you're gonna go in. Next, you want to talk right here. You're gonna go out through the window. You're gonna go back into the hallway and give the janitor the key. And then after this cutscene, you're gonna get to the playground. And you're gonna go over here and you're gonna place the trap with the carrot on top. And then you wanna talk here and let Cindy take the blue flowers. Bunny is going to take the bait. And you're not gonna want to grab that one right now. Now Cindy is going to get sick again. We're gonna get out. And then instead of going to the nurse to save Cindy, we are going to the front of the school. We're gonna place the trap with Bunny right on the X. And then you go boop her nose and run. And then you're gonna get a reward. After that, you're gonna get a reward from the janitor later for ending it. And I'm not gonna show that, so I'll see you back in the bedroom. And we're back in the room, and this should be your collection. If I did everything right, this is all that's been available to you in your game so far. So, first thing you want to do is, now you're actually going to start taking items to school. You want to get the playbook and the vent map. And then you want to start your day at school. Now, there is a reset here for Monstermon plushie. First, you want to start Carla's mission, which, if you remember, is talk to Emmy, talk to Cindy, and then you're gonna want to talk to Carla again. Now you're gonna want to talk to Austin. And you're gonna want to go in there. The nurse is gonna kick you out again, like always. And you're gonna ignore Miss Applegate and go straight for the bathroom. vent is open because you have a vent map and you're gonna get a plushie. And then you want to restart the section. The first thing you want to do is you want to talk to Davy. Then you want to talk to the janitor. You want to talk to Davy again. And then you want to talk to the teacher. Oh. And then you want to talk to Davy yet again. Next, you want to talk to Nugget. You're gonna get a choice. You give the nugget. You can either choose to eat the goo or have the nugget. The goo is gonna kill you, so offer the nugget. Now you're gonna want to go into the building, to the bathroom. You want to turn on the faucet. And then you're gonna ask for courage. Next, you're gonna end up in the classroom. First up, you're gonna want to talk to Austin. Now you want to leave the classroom. And you want to talk to Nugget first. And then you want to go to the nurse. Now, this may not be the most efficient. I have done some testing, but I've not done all the testing. There are probably some aspects that you can do to improve, but it's only going to help a speedrunner because it's only going to shave off like a couple seconds. So you're going to give her the towel. And then you're going to ask the nurse if she wants to be in the play. Miss Applebee's is gonna get roped into the play. There we go. And then you're gonna get out. You're gonna go back to the class. You're gonna hand Nugget the towel. Enjoy the play. Okay, so after the play, you're gonna end up in the cafeteria for lunchtime. You're gonna want to grab the ketchup. want to go into the library. Because Miss Lovelet will not let you go outside while Davy's out there. So you want to go to the nurse's office. And you're going to get kicked out. And then you're gonna go into the playground. You're gonna grab a rock. And you're gonna smash the window. And you go inside and you hand Mr. Scipio the ketchup. You're gonna get a Monstermon, and now you want to reset the room. So instead of grabbing the ketchup, you want to head straight for the library. And this time, instead of the nurse's office, you want to go to the closet. You want to grab this note right here. Yay. And you want to go to the nurse's office. Now you want to grab the scalpel. You're gonna get kicked out. I'm gonna go. I made a mistake. Luckily, she'll let us go. You want to go straight into the classroom. And you want to grab yourself a hall pass. Now you go back into the cafeteria. And you're gonna ask Monty to read the note you got earlier. That's important later. So you want to talk to Stevie. He's not going to let you in again, and you're going to talk to Davy and let him know. Then you're going to talk to Carla. He's going to make sure you can get into the library. And then you want to go into the library. You want to use the vent to go back to the closet. And then you want to cut the blue wire. Now first we have a death to do. A death that is in this room in the playground during recess that is not available any other time. You want to talk to Monty. And you want to specifically say that you'll push him. And push him anyway. And then he's going to kill you. Ouch. Alright. Next, you want to talk to Nugget. Alright, so now you need to get $1. There are two ways to do this. You can either sell the crutch you have to Cindy, or you can pester Felix until he gives you money. The last one, I believe, is also... Oh. Weird. Normally you can pester... Oh, right. You need to talk to Monty. My bad. Alright, so now that you know you need cash, you're gonna either pester Felix for money or or sell the crutch to Cindy. Pestering Felix, I believe, is also an achievement, so feel free to do that. But if you don't care about achievements and you just want it fast, sell the crutch to Cindy. So we're gonna pay Monty. And then we're gonna want to talk to Austin. This is gonna distract the teacher. And you're gonna want to go down the slide. Because she's not gonna let you down otherwise. You want to go in. And instead of going to the principal's office, you want to go into the cafeteria. You want to go into the classroom or you want to go into the bathroom, not the classroom, the bathroom. And there is a death you can get here, but there's no Monstermon plushie. If you go to the classroom, you'll die, but you won't get a Monstermon plushie. So make sure you don't go to the classroom, the cafeteria instead. Now, if you interact here, you're going to be able to read the note again. So it says, duck in the middle, right duck, duck by the goo, yellow duck, red duck, left duck, blue. So that is blue, red, yellow, yellow, red, yellow, blue. Blue, red, yellow, yellow. I forgot the rest. Red, yellow, blue. Oh, no, I made a mistake. So you want to go into the library and back out. So, blue, red, yellow, yellow, red, yellow, blue. And then you want to shake the vending machine to make sure you got it right. And then you get a Monstermon plushie. Now, there are 2 achievements you can get here, but they don't give you Monstermon plushies, so I'm not gonna do that. You just use the code from the first game, and then you shake the machine, and you use the code from the second game, and you shake the machine again for those, can't leave through here, but you want to go to the bathroom. And then you get 2 achievements there, but you don't get Monstermon plushies. So you want to go into the office, and then you want to help him out. And then you're gonna get a Monstermon plushie at the end. But I'm not gonna spoil this ending for you, so I'll see you back in the room. Alright, and we're back. So this should be your collection right here. That is what you've gotten for all of the things you've done so far. And then you want to first grab the mop. And then you want to go back to school. You're gonna want to start by talking to Emmy. And then Cindy. after that, you're gonna want to go after Emmy into the school. But it's a bit tricky to get in. You need to get hurt, but not so much so that there's like a problem. You can eat the goo from Nugget, but it does kill you at the end of the day, and you do not have the time to go to the nurse. So you want to talk to Davy. And then you want to talk to the janitor. I don't know how many apples it takes, but you can also talk to the janitor, Miss Lovett, and then the janitor again. I don't know how many apples that takes. You want to go inside. I don't know how many apples that takes, but it does take 3 interactions versus the 2 with the Davy one. So you're gonna see Lily run into the tree. Oh, my bad. First wanna chase Stevie away from the door. And then go into the classroom. And you wanna go over here and grab this watering can right here. Save yourself some time. And then you wanna go out into the playground. And you're gonna want to talk to Emmy and give her her own watering can. And then you're gonna want to talk to either Cindy or Alice. She's gonna make a run for it. Then you're gonna have several cutscenes. One playing after the other. And then you're gonna wanna smear the glob right here on the rings. The goo. And then after this next cutscene, you wanna climb the beanstalk. And then you want to grab the blue flowers. You're going to want to go down. You want to go out to the bathroom. And then you're going to want to talk to this sink right here and wash the flowers. You're gonna wanna go back into the classroom and hand them over. This does not have a lot of Monstermon plushies in it, so it's pretty straightforward, which means it's also the shortest. Then you're gonna want to talk to Miss Applegate. And you want to ask for the burger. I'm gonna take the burger. And you're gonna want to talk to Austin. This is a long cutscene. It always takes a while. And then you're gonna grab the burger on the floor right here. And then you're gonna steal Monty's lunch. Sorry, Monty, it's for a good cause. And then you're gonna give it to Emmy. I'm gonna have a little cutscene again. This is why I said to do the 3 cutscenes to the 3 deaths during this Lovelets mission, because if you do it in any other mission, you usually have like a lengthy cutscene to do, and you have to do it every time you die. So you're gonna want to go over here and put this carrot on the patch of dirt. Then you want to talk to Davy. Now, you can grab the bunny, but then Miss Lovelet won't let you in the school anymore. So first you want to go through the window. And you want to grab these plants here. Just ignore everything else. And then you go back out. And now you're going to be able to grab the bunny. Or not. Shovel, my bad. You're going to be able to grab the shovel. Because bunny eats for a while. And then you want to talk to Emmy. And then you're gonna get a Monstermon plushie in a bit. So once again, I'm not gonna spoil the ending of this mission. So I'm just gonna see you in the bedroom. That was honestly, in my opinion, one of the most brutal endings, but this is going to be your collection right about now. You're almost halfway there. You almost have a half of them. So first thing you want to do is you want to grab the vent map, the mop end, and the gator nugget. And then you want to go back into school. First thing you want to do is you want to hand the gator nugget over to the gator. And we're going to find a death in here. So this is a new area. We're gonna find a death in here and also halfway. So you're gonna wanna get too close to Kevin, step on the hay. He's gonna kill you, give you a Monstermon, and then we're halfway there. So this Monstermon is half of all Monstermon. Anyway, I said that too many times. We're gonna go back in. We're gonna grab this green glowy thing here. And then you're gonna want to get out. And then you're gonna want to talk to Monty. You're gonna take the core. Next, you're gonna want to go inside. Miss Applegate is gonna get parent call. And you're gonna go not to the nurse's office, you're gonna give Miss Applegate the pill. And then you're gonna go up there and you're gonna call Mr. Huxley. And then you're gonna end up in the classroom. Now, this is a lengthy conversation. We're gonna have to see it at least 3 times. which is annoying, but it's not avoidable, unfortunately. This is the only way to get everything. So you're gonna want to rush through this conversation, and then you're gonna want to inspect the box and get a Monstermon. You want to get out to the bathroom. Now you're going to want to turn on the faucet. And I did not mean to grab the glove. Anyway, we're gonna die anyway. There's a death here, so that gives you a Monstermon plushie, so it doesn't really matter. So you want to turn on the faucet. And then Miss Lovett is going to be on fire. Now, you can either consume an apple or walk into her path. Either will do. Then you're gonna burn to death. And it's, I'm gonna see you back in the bathroom. Alright, so we're back. The teacher is now on fire. And instead of just wasting time, you're gonna turn on the shower. That is going to douse the teacher. And then you're gonna want to get out. And you're gonna want to go to the playground. I'm gonna take a rock, break the window, and then you're gonna go in. Have a little cutscene, a lengthy one, where we get some valuable information, and we're gonna end up in the cafeteria. And now you have to be careful of this conversation. Don't just rush through it. Gonna want to ask about the guest. You want to say, but I fixed him specifically. And then you want to give the phone to Monty. Then you want to talk to the janitor. Next, you want to talk to Felix. And then you're gonna go up to the janitor again. Oh. He's gonna get attacked, and you're gonna get up to the janitor and take the flare. Now you can talk to Miss Lovelet. That is not important. She has a little crisis. You can follow that along for drama, but that's not important. It doesn't use any apples. It doesn't add to the story. Just, it's a fun little bit. It's a fun little bit of drama. So you're gonna want to talk to Stevie. And Monty's gonna get you in. You're gonna want to go into the vent to the nurse's office. And you're gonna grab the scalpel because it is very important to take. You're gonna get kicked out. She's gonna treat your wounds and then you're gonna get kicked out. And then you're gonna perform Janitor Maneuver 17. And then you're gonna wanna cross the line. And then there's a bit of a cutscene. But you're not able to go through the fence. So first, you wanna give Miss Applegate the phone. Talk to Miss Applegate and dial the phone. When in doubt, always use an apple in combination with my guide. Like, if I'm showing you that I use an apple, definitely use it. I'm not gonna explain that. Now you're gonna wanna go out 3 times. You wanna repeat this 3 times. This is the second. And the third time, you're gonna get a Monstermon. And then you're gonna wanna go to the closet. And you're gonna wanna cut the pink wire. Then you're gonna wanna open the gate. And this is where you're gonna wanna make a choice. You can either tell Monty or you can not tell Monty. They both lead to a different ending. If you tell Monty now, then the next time you can just rush through the conversation. So you can tell him or you can not tell him, it's your choice. Now, once you're up here, after that you wanna climb the ladder, and once you're up here, you wanna get on the scaffolding as high as possible, and over here you're gonna find a red exclamation mark. And then you're gonna get a Monstermon plushie from that, and then you're gonna wanna go down here and over here, and then you're gonna be able to grab the Monstermon plushie that you've been eyeing all game so far. And then you want to talk to Felix. And then, well, there's gonna be another Monstermon plushie waiting for you at the end. But I'm not gonna... Once again, I'll see you in the classroom. Alright, and then this is going to be our collection. As you can see, we're almost done with all of the red ones. And we have more than half of all the plushies. We just have one more red one that we want to get. So you want to get the vent map, the gator nugget, and the white flower. And then we're going to start school. And we're going to start by going to the lab. You want to grab the book and go back out. So next, we want to talk to Alice. And then you're going to go to the office. And then you're going to want to interact with this trash can. Why did I say trash can? Ugh. So, you're going to get out, leave the school. You want to talk to Alice. She's going to do the rest that's required right here. And then first you're gonna want to talk to Cindy, specifically Cindy. This is a very linear part. Most of these cannot be done in any order because Cindy will be a little canker sore as usual. So you want to talk to Austin next. If you mess up the order, Cindy will give you grief. And then you want to talk to Cindy again. And now you can do it in, well, no, not really, actually. You want to talk to her, and then you want to talk to Monty. I was gonna say you can do it in any order, but no, you need the pill in order to get the calculator. So, this is, once again, this is very linear. You're gonna want to talk to Cindy. And it's very important now that you get all 3 questions correctly. So 3 plus 4 is 7, 1 plus 3 is 4, and 7 plus 5 is 12. So be sure to get all questions correct. If you are old enough to play this game, these questions should be easy for you. And then after the cutscene, you're gonna end up in the cafeteria. You're gonna want to leave and talk to Alice right here. Now you're gonna be careful here with this conversation, because if you're not careful, you will find a death. So she's gonna go. And then if you say, I'm still here, then there is going to be a death. So you want to stay quiet. And now you're going to stay quiet. You don't have a choice. And then you're going to go back to the cafeteria. And you're going to want to go across, and Alice will automatically start talking to you. Both Alice and Austin. And then you're gonna want to go into the closet, and you want to cut the blue wire specifically. And then you want to go into the vent, make your way to the nurse's office, who will kick you out of the room. And then you want to hide in this planter right here. Then you're gonna see Boo Boo for the first time in the game. You're gonna use the remote. And then you're gonna want to go into the crate first for the Monstermon plushie. And then you want to grab the other remote. And now there is another death right here. First you have a bit of a cutscene. So the death is get too close to Boo Boo. And Boo Boo is gonna get rid of you. And then you're gonna have the cutscene again. into the fort and you fire the ballista. Now he's gonna try and get up there. So you cannot go down the ladder. But you need to save Austin, so you want to get down the slide. Don't use the remote, that's important. Do not use the remote. Then you talk to Austin, shoo the bunny away. Then Austin is going to get the dog's attention. And you're going to want to turn on the lawnmower. You want to make sure to turn on the lawnmower before you do anything else, because Austin will die if not. And you're gonna go into the tree, throw it away, and then you're gonna want to talk to Alice. Now you can get 2 plushies in here, but we're not gonna do that right now because one of them requires something that we cannot do yet, and yeah, we're just gonna wait. We're just gonna rush through this. We'll get those plushies later. Then you're gonna want to go up here. Then you're gonna want to talk to the slide and use the remote. Alright, and then we're gonna be separated from Austin. You're gonna want to remember this code, it's very important. Remember that code and specifically the order. And you want to put that in reverse. Next, he's gonna tell you the code to save Alice. So, red triangle, green triangle, and blue triangle. That is always the code, and you're gonna wanna submit it. The next code you're gonna get is to open the gate. It's this one, this one, this one. And then you're gonna submit it. And then you're gonna want to be able to read the piece of paper. Now, the bottom 2 change every playthrough. So every time you go home and come back in, the bottom 2 change up. So you're gonna want to remember the one the 4th from the top. So that is, for me, it is a red circle and then 2 blue squares. You're gonna want to remember that. Wait for the cutscene to be over. Feel free to write it down if you need to. And then it's gonna be different for you. You're gonna input that. You're gonna submit it. And then you're gonna want to go up. And that is the end here. So I'm gonna see you in the bedroom. Alright, and then you're gonna look up here and you're gonna see that all of the red Monstermon plushies have been collected. If you have not collected all of the red Monstermon plushies, then you've missed something. And And you have one blue Monstermon plushie left. And then the top 2 rows are complete. So you want to get the playbook, the white flower, the gator nuggets, and the decoder. Not all of this is necessary for doing this next section. However, the ones that you grabbed additionally, I believe this mission only needs the playbook and the white flower, and the other 2 give you Monstermon plushies in this specific mission. So you want to starting the day again, and you want to start by talking to Nugget. And he's going to go to the teacher, and you're gonna talk to him again. Don't talk to the teacher, talk to the Nugget specifically. And she's gonna make you go inside. You're gonna want to go to the bathroom. Once he passes here, you're gonna want to go into the bathroom. And feel free to talk to Nugget. You can turn on the shower. And then we're gonna want to go to the playground, where we saw Regis earlier. We're gonna see this little cutscene. And then you wanna go into the tree. He's gonna basically force you in the tree. So next, you wanna go you're gonna be able to walk around freely, and then you're gonna want to talk to this, find a red arrow right here, and you find Monstermon, and then you want to grab this trophy right here, and then you leave, and then you enter the hallway. I suppose you can also do this a little later, but I like to do it now. And you're gonna get a golden dewdrop. Then you wanna shake the swings. And then you're gonna end up back in the classroom yet again. It is morning time, and then you're gonna go out. Well, you get forced out actually. And you're gonna grab the crutch right here. Now, as I'm recording this, last I checked, there was a glitch in this mission. And I haven't checked yet to see if it's fixed. Feel free to check yourself, or just follow along. Now, the most efficient route is breaking this window right here, but that will cause a glitch. You want to go into the classroom first, and then you want to go back out, and break. It's just a few seconds, so it doesn't really matter unless you're a speedrunner. And then you're gonna want to talk to this trash can right here, grab the flask, get back in, and go to the classroom again. If you don't go into the classroom and then break the window, and if you try to get the flask first, you can, but there is a glitch in a bit. You cannot enter the library during lunchtime. And it is very important that you enter the library during lunchtime for this section. So it's kind of crucial in this mission to enter the library during lunchtime. So that is why you have to go into the room and then get the flask. The most efficient route is get the flask first, but again, there is a glitch. So after that, everyone leaves. You want to go to the nurse's office. And then you're gonna be, after the cutscene, you're gonna be forced to the cafeteria. Okay, and after this cutscene, this is the second and last time that the ketchup is useful. You want to grab it, and then you want to go over and hand it over to Lily. Then you're gonna enjoy the show. Feel free to enjoy the show and not your mother. If you don't want to enjoy the show, then don't enjoy the show. Alright, once you gain control again, you want to go over across. You're going to want to enter the library. So once again, there is a glitch. That means you cannot enter the library at this point in time if you activate it. I've talked about that glitch a lot. It is possible that when you're watching this in the distant future, that glitch is no longer in existence. Doesn't matter to me. So it's just a few final seconds. So, oh, you're gonna want to pay attention to what soda she gives. This does change. So, drink on the top row that's either orange or red. If you're colorblind, you want to remember the colors, she says, because it's very easy to find. So, you're gonna want to talk to the vending machine. No, my bad. You're gonna want to talk to Monty. And you're gonna want to sell it to him. Sell the crutch to him. You're gonna get $1, and then you want to put the $1 in the machine. And here is the thing. If you're colorblind, it's still easy to know which it is because each of them have the color in it. So red raspberry is red, green blueberry is green, blue blueberry is blue, the yellow one is yellow, orange orangeberry is orange, purple tealberry is purple, black blackberry is black, and white wastewater IPA is white. So you remember, for me it was red raspberry. It changes depending on, so it could be different for you. The top 4 is the top row, and the bottom 4 is the bottom row, and it is from left to right. So red raspberry is on the leftmost, and the yellow one is rightmost. Whitewater IPA is at the bottom right, and orange orangeberry is at the bottom left. So she's gonna go to her death, to her doom. And then you want to talk to Nugget, give him the soda. find another death in the playground. It's a very deathly area. Another death for Monstermon plushie. Like, you can die in any area a lot, but the deaths that lead to Monstermon plushie specifically, there are a lot of them right here in the playground. So first thing you want to do is you're gonna want to be taken to the nuggets by a birdie. And then you're gonna want to waste the apples until they're all gone. That is a B on your controller if you're using a controller, or a control on your keyboard if you're playing with mouse and keyboard. So you're gonna die here for a Monstermon plushie, and you're gonna go through this entire thing again. First thing you want to do is you want to grab the shovel. And then you want to give it to a nugget. The reason I went to the roof first is because there is a death. And if you the most efficient route is doing the least amount of cutscenes. So now you want to get back to the nuggets with the birdie. And before you do anything, you want to go over to this purple page right here and you want to decode it. That does not use an apple. There is right here a code that you need to remember. Feel free to write it down. So for me it is red square, red circle, and then green square. Then you want to grab the entire pile of nuggets. And you want to interact with this diving board right here. And then you will automatically go down. Don't forget the code. First thing you want to do is you want to grab a nugget. And you're gonna hand it over to Nugget. And then you're gonna get a remote control. And then you're gonna want to talk to this little car right here. And you want to put in the code that you remembered. And then you get a Monstermon plushie. And then you want to enter the code in order to get out of the get out of here. Now Nugget is gonna give you a code that you need to remember. I struggle to remember that. You want to go out here and talk to the principal first. And then you want to, if you forgot the code, you want to go back and ask Nugget for the code again. Blue square, red triangle, red circle. This does change. So, blue square, red triangle, red circle. It'll be different for you. Blue square, red triangle, red circle. And then you input that code. It's a different code for you. The gong is gonna ring. And then Gator's is gonna come out. You wanna go back to the Gator. And in order to get a Monstermon plushie, you have a choice. You give the nugget or you give the duck. Either will get you out of there, but if you want the Monstermon plushie, you need to give the nugget. So, with that, I'm gonna pop out. We're gonna get 2 plushies for... Wait, no, not yet. Sorry, we're gonna go out first. There is a missable plushie still, so we're gonna... There was a visual glitch over there, that happens every time. And... it's gonna blow up, and then you get a Monstermon. And then you wanna tell her this duck. You can just say the RC car controller, but then you miss out. So you wanna say this duck, and then Davy is going to give you a Monstermon plushie. And I will see you in the bedroom again. Okay, now there are only 2 missions left, so this is what your collection should look like right now. And you want to grab the vent map, the mop end, the gator nugget, and the remote control. Now, you're gonna want to do the Felix mission again to get the other ending. So we're gonna start by giving the gator the nugget. This is the final mission before the end mission. You want to grab the goo core and you want to get out. You want to talk to Monty. And then you're gonna go into the office. You're gonna hand Miss Applegate the pill. And then you're gonna wanna call Mr. Huxley. And then you're gonna end up once again in the classroom for morning time. So this is a bit of a lengthy part. You're gonna wanna go into the bathroom first. Then you wanna turn the faucet. And then you wanna turn on the shower again. Don't turn it on again. Go out. Grab a rock. Break the window. Now, if during the first one, 1 second. If during the first time you went here, you asked Felix you told Monty about Felix's plan, then you can just rush through this part. But if you did not, you want to ask about oh, I messed up there. You want to ask about the guest. But that doesn't matter for me because I already told Monty, so you're gonna give Monty the phone, talk to the janitor, talk to Felix. He's gonna get beat up. And then you're gonna yoink the flare right here. Next up, you wanna talk to Stevie. And Monty's gonna get you in. Go to the nurse's office. While she's distracted, you take the scalpel. And she's gonna kick you out after she treats you. He's gonna leave with the flare. You're gonna perform General Maneuver 17 again. You start by crossing this line right here. Lengthy cutscene. Talk to Miss Applegate and give her the phone. And you're gonna want to go in here. Go to the closet specifically. And then first thing you want to do is stand on top of here and use the remote on the RC cars. And then you want to turn on the red car first, then the blue car, then the yellow car, then the blue car again, the yellow car, and finally the red car. And you get a Monstermon. If you mess it up, you die there. Then you want to cut the wires, open the gate, and this is where you get the choice again, if you didn't mess up the conversation. Oh, yeah, okay, so I can still tell him. But it's important to tell Monty the opposite. Do the opposite of what you did previously, so... And then you're gonna climb the ladder, talk to Felix, and I'm gonna see you guys in the bedroom. Alright, and this is what your collection should look like right now. You should have all of the blue Monstermon and all of the red Monstermon. And you should be missing one green Monstermon, one yellow Monstermon, and mostly purple Monstermon. So now we're gonna start the final mission. Gator Nugget, the antidote, the coder, and the remote control. You're gonna want to start by going to the lab. And then you're gonna use the remote control. Careful with Kevin, because it's still a death. You're gonna use the remote control to open right here, he says little, that's cute. You're gonna open the gate, and then you're gonna get out, and you're gonna talk to the principal. Now, because I have terrible memory, now I need to decode the page. You can decode the page as many times as you want once you've used the apple. You're gonna want to remember the bottom code for this one. You want to remember the bottom code. So that is, for me, that is a red circle, blue circle, red circle, blue circle, and green triangle. So you want to put them in with the code. And then you want to grab the gun. Kevin is going to wake up. This fool is going to be freed. And he is going to... And then it is important to pay attention to this conversation. My bad. It is important to listen to the conversation. So as you can see, I made a mistake earlier, and as you can see right here, the code has changed for me. It is now red circle, green triangle, green circle. So that is the ultimate. So it does change. Then you want to grab the gun, attach the cure, and pay attention to the... I didn't earlier, which meant I need to go back. But pay attention to the actual conversation. There is a missable Monstermon plushie right there. Once he talks about Antigu, you say it's a silly name, and you say that you like Oog. You need to like Oog to get next Monstermon plushie. And then he sends you straight to the classroom. And now we're gonna go into full dystopia mode. First, you cure the nuggets. And the teacher is going to be mad at you. Then there's a robot. Alice freaks out. The robot kills the teacher. And then you cannot leave. So first thing you want to do is you want to talk to Austin here. And then you want to get Davy because apparently he's the only one strong enough to use the axe. And then talk to Emmy. She's gonna give you this thing, and you're gonna hand it over to Monty. And he's gonna open the room, and class is over. School is over. So you're gonna start lunchtime in the hallway. So you're gonna want to go in here and talk to this robot for a Monstermon plushie, and then you want to grab the hall pass right here, and then go back out and go into cafeteria first. Talk to Miss Applegate, give her the pill for another new Monstermon, and then you can pop out and talk to Stevie. Then you're gonna trick him to let you in. And then you're gonna ask Birdie for help. Next up, you want to go to the school entrance. So I suppose this is not the most efficient. You could have gotten the flask earlier. You get the flask from the trash, you go back inside. I suppose this is not the most efficient method. But once again, it's only a matter of seconds, so it only matters to only really matters to a speedrunner. And then you want to say no, because he can ask you for an eternity. So you're gonna get out, you're gonna get close, and then use the remote. And then the cutscene will take you to down. You're gonna go down into the lair. You're gonna miss a bunny. And then doesn't look good. Birdie and Boo Boo are gonna come out here, and first thing you're gonna do is approach. And then you want to talk to Boo Boo. Then go into the reversion chamber. There's nothing left to do here. Then you're gonna want to make Nuggets and Birdie. Then Boo Boo. Then Bunny. And finally Guppy. And then you're gonna be able to walk around freely in a minute. We're almost done. We almost have them all. You want to talk to anywhere here. There's an exclamation mark. Get your last green Monstermon. And then you want to activate the magnet. And then after a lengthy cutscene, a really lengthy cutscene, you're gonna cure Kevin. Next up, you're going to be talked into going down the diving board. I feel like the developers wanted to put in a pool, but then ended up not being able to find a place for it, and were so upset about that that they put in 2 diving boards in this school. That's my interpretation, at least. So you're gonna see this monster pop up, and then Linda, the monster. This cutscene, you don't have to do this every time. So, you don't have to reset anything or anything, but, you don't have to watch this whole bit, every time. So, first thing you want to do is you want to aim this at Regis, right? It's at right here. Then you're gonna want to pop up here and aim at the lower anti-goo container. Next, you're gonna want to be very precise. You're gonna want to aim it exactly at his mole. And then you're gonna want to zoom it out. Then you go down, interact with that mole. And then you want to go over here and blast this container right here. Then you're gonna get all the lasers. You're gonna want to hide behind. There's only one place to hide. Behind the goo core right here. So I'm not gonna spoil the ending. So I'm gonna cut it here, and I'm gonna play the end credit scene because you get them after this. So I'm gonna see you after the end credits. And with that, we're back at the start of the game. So feel free to pop back in. And we have not just beaten the game, but we have already gotten all of the Monstermon plushies. So that is the most efficient way to get every single Monstermon plushie in the game. I hope you enjoyed my little guide here. I did a lot of work on it. I'm very proud of it. I'm not going to show you what happens if you in this part, but if you want to see it, you want to interact with the rug and acknowledge the I did not mean to do that. you want to acknowledge the glow. So I'm not gonna spoil it. It's gonna consume all of the plushies. Don't worry, you'll get them back. And you're gonna see the secret cutscene at the end. I'm not gonna show it again because I wanna let you be surprised. It is a big reward, big fancy reward for getting all of the plushies, and I'm not gonna spoil it. I avoided spoilers as much as I could, but this is a guide meant post-game. As in, you've already played the entire game and you're struggling to find all of the plushies. This is the most efficient guide to getting all the plushies in order to get the ones that you're missing. So, usually, the way it's set up is it just gives you a vague idea of where it is, and you're gonna end up going in and out of school a lot and have a lot of trial and error in order to get them all. But this is the most efficient, the fastest, and the least amount of resets, deaths, etc., etc. So that's it. That is the whole thing. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.